on K105.com. We've got it. You are joining us right now, and we appreciate that. Coming up on the show today, we return after a couple of days off. We'll update you on the latest news headlines. I have a list of the top 10 songs to help a baby sleep, what to do about rude people, and much, much more coming up on the show. And we have two extremely special guest co-hosts for today. And I mean, it does not get much better than the pair that we have in here for today. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to bring in our first guest co-host, and that sound only means one thing.
I got a star on my car and one on my chest.
You got it.
Gun on my head and the right to arrest.
And see, there are not a bunch of intros that I can actually do, but this is one that I actually can. He's number 101 on your scanner, but number one in your heart.
For the state, I'm the highway patrol.
Sheriff Norman Chaffetz. Good morning, Sheriff. How are you?
Good morning.
Welcome back. It's been a while since you've been on
been
here.
a while. I'm excited.
I have a good question for you right off the bat.
All right.
I know that living in a rural county, you probably get calls for something new about once a week sometimes. Something different that's probably like, okay, especially maybe dealing with farm animals. And I want to ask you this question. Have you ever had to report to a 7-car accident because of a crash caused by a pony?
Actually, several, yes.
Was it a pony or was it a different animal?
Well, it was a horse.
Horse? Well,
maybe not 7 cars, but several cars.
A 7-car crash on a South Carolina interstate was caused by a pony, authorities say. The small pony was captured on video prancing through traffic in Spartanburg County on Saturday morning, and police said it caused a chain reaction of crashes. Only one person was hospitalized with minor injuries and is expected to recover. So luckily, we can kind of
pony survived.
And it says that the animal control was called to the scene to collect it.
You know what's so strange about that? If it was a pony, you're going to have multiple cars crashing to avoid hitting the pony. If it had been an actual person, the person probably would have been hit by the first car, to be honest with you.
If it was a deer, too, it probably would have been hit as well. It just shows the difference in what people feel like. Bringing in our second guest co-host for the day. One of my favorite intro musics, too. It just got a good voice. Bruno Mars, too.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's very special agent Natalie Tarr, right? From the Grace County Extension Office. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Welcome back. I know it's been a couple of weeks for you as well.
Yeah, it's been several weeks for me, too.
Now, I know this is kind of crazy for me to even say. I know we talked about this last week with Whitney when she was on, that Kentucky Derby's coming up, and it's kind of like, wow, it's next weekend,
yes.
Which is crazy to sit and think about. But also, you know what else is next weekend? Mother's Day.
It is Mother's Day.
So I ask you this. Yeah.
Take note,
it's
everybody.
Next weekend?
Next weekend, May the 8th.
No. Is it May 8th?
Yes. It's next Sunday.
Oh gosh.
See? Yeah. See, I'm a little surprised, too.
Is it too late to order stuff?
Well,
no,
Sheriff,
never.
I might be able to help you out here as well. And Natalie, I ask, if one of your children, or if your husband, if Harper got you this, would you be okay with a KFC bouquet full of fried chicken?
I mean, I wouldn't be mad about it.
KFC has now partnered with a flour delivery band to create the Kentucky Fried it's B-U-C-K-U-E-T. So the bucket? I don't know. I guess it's to combine bouquet and bucket. So buquet? I don't know. I don't know. So if one of your children gave this to you, are you happy, or are you...
Well, I mean, if I'm expected to share it, then no, I would not be happy. I'm not a food sharer. But no, I wouldn't be mad about it.
Now,
I wouldn't be mad about it.
Sheriff, if you got this for Lauren, how would she be feeling?
I am the world's worst gift giver. The last gift I got, I spent time on it. I picked it out, and it was a necklace. And it had mine and her in a heart, and nice little... It had my birthstone, her birthstone. Well, I didn't realize that it was from China. And it was like 4 weeks afterwards, and I have yet to see it. We've got it in the mail, but I have yet to see it on her. I've yet to see it anywhere in her jewelry box.
Oh man,
it is the gaudiest, ugliest thing you've ever seen in your life. So I am the world's worst gift giver. I've accepted that.
I would be happy with this chicken bouquet because I usually don't get much of anything, and that's not a shot. We're just not big gift givers, either one of us, and so I would just be tickled that they thought of me.
I prefer gifts like this because I don't need more stuff.
Yeah.
And that I can sit there and enjoy and eat it.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, Sam, what I am most interested in is how I get this baby. How am I going to get my baby to sleep?
Next segment.
All right.
Next segment.
All
I've
right.
got 10 songs a list of 10 songs that I'll be able to bring you. Nice looking Wednesday ahead with plenty of sunshine. Highs a bit warmer, closer to the 70-degree mark. Mostly clear tonight. Warmer air going to move in again. Chance of a shower maybe late tomorrow night with a high around 70 degrees again. And pretty much we're going to be staying on that for the rest of the week. 76 on Saturday, 80 on Sunday. And looking ahead, as you can see, there's the Kentucky Oaks next Friday, 78 degrees, and of course a chance of rain. I mean, Derby, it has to rain at least sometime on that day, and so that's coming up. And I guess coming up late on Friday, we'll have a look at the Mother's Day forecast, which is kind of, again, crazy to say that it's 10 days away.
Norman and I were both a little shocked. Next
well,
week.
I looked, we were talking about it because with Derby, and it was one of those things that I was looking Derby, and then my mom had texted me earlier in the week and said, well, Mother's Day, it's coming up, so make sure that you have plans to make
it's
sure
bad when Mom reminds you it's Mother's Day.
Well, how bad is it when Mom forgets that it's Mother's Day? Because that's what happens.
You've got a lot on your mind, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Governor Andy Beshear cleared the way Tuesday for a cannabis research center to open as he reviews whether he is the executive authority to single-handedly legalize medical marijuana in Kentucky. The governor revealed his action on a bill authorizing the research center at UK. The measure won overwhelming approval from lawmakers on the final day of this year's legislative session earlier this month. In his review, the governor presented the language creating the center. He said he used his line item veto authority to broaden the center's work and allow more leeway in picking an oversight board. As the Democratic governor's line item vetoes will stand since the Republican-dominated legislature will not reconvene until January of 2023 for its next regular session. Beshear also had some more line item vetoes, citing drafting errors in vetoing legislation that had been intended to expand the use of state lottery-supported scholarship money. As he said, he was supportive of the bill's original intentions, including expanding scholarship funding for proprietary education under the Kentucky Educational Excellence Scholarship Program. The popular state lottery-supported program allows students to earn money based on academic performance to help defray college expenses. He also shared the bill's sponsors' desire to extend key scholarships to nonviolent offenders to support their transition back into society after incarceration. The governor said another bill he vetoed Monday would have given the Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources the authority to allow third-party entities to sell licenses and permits to the agency without following a procurement process under state law and without competitive bidding. If you want more information, you can go find it if you're interested at K105.com. I think there's more at K105.com because I don't really want to dive that deep into the legislative session. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning, and we've got much more important things to talk about. A new trail designed to engage children and families in outdoor recreation is opened at the Abraham Lincoln Birthplace National Historical Park. The Track Trail was dedicated last week and offers a series of self-guided brochures to make hiking fun. Activity guides encourage children to find items hiding in nature, and brochures provide educational information that connect families to the environment. Natalie, is this something that Harper would have any interest in, or?
Yes, she would, and we actually talked about Abraham Lincoln this morning, and she informed me that he was born in Kentucky.
He was,
and I was like, "What? That is correct." And I almost brought up that we could actually go, so maybe we actually will now.
Well, now it has. The Kids in Parks program has 229 other track trails across the country that aim to introduce children to natural wonders on public lands. I've never been.
It has been a long time for me. Whitney's little girl, I think, went on a field trip there a couple of weeks ago, and she said that her husband was pretty impressed with how it has kind of built up over the years.
Sheriff, have you been recently?
So.
Where?
Abraham Lincoln
Birthplace?
Yes.
Not recently. I went when I was with KSP.
Okay. See, I've never been. So, and I know, Sheriff, you mentioned, and this is a perfect segue since I was just talking with you, and master of segues right here. Mm-hmm. You mentioned that you wanted to talk about scams.
Sure.
And I'll just open the floor to you. What do you want people to know about scams, and a few that are going around right now?
Well, there's hundreds and hundreds of different scams, and
can you name them all?
Yeah, no, we don't have enough time in this segment for sure. But some of the most common ones are, we get calls at least probably once a week of somebody that receives a check in the mail, and the letter attached with the check appears to be legit, and they go to the bank and they're instructed to send part of the after they cash the check, send part of the check to this address, and then they keep the rest of the money. That is 100% a scam. What happens is you get that, once you cash it, you get a money order. Well, the money order is good because you've just paid cash for it from the check that you cashed. You send that money order to whoever sent you the check, and then 2 days later the check bounces, and then you're left paying the entire check plus the fees for the check itself out of your bank account. That's a very common one. Some of the other ones we get is someone receives some money in the mail, or instructions on how they've won something, and to pay the processing fee, they need to send $200. So they send that $200, and then a week later they get another email or another message saying, well, now that you've paid the processing fee, now you have to pay $200 more to finalize the process. You've paid $400, and obviously there's no money. You're not receiving any money. Right. You know, our thing is very simple. If there's nobody that's going to give you something for free.
Mm-hmm. So you're telling me that I received an email here last week that apparently I had an ancestor in, it was I think the Netherlands, that was leaving me $2.5 million. Are you telling me that's not true?
Well, $2.5 million, no, but maybe $2 million. Saying,
okay.
You go ahead and send in the money.
Good.
We get those. Seriously,
she didn't say I had to do anything. She was just going to give me the money. I thought she seemed very nice. Her husband had died.
Yeah, there's a lot of phishing scams going on where, when I say phishing, I don't mean casting a reel.
PH.
Yes, PH phishing. But to get information from you, and we're seeing, especially now because tax season has just finished. The April 18th was the deadline to pay property taxes and to pay your IRS taxes or whatever. A lot of people now are calling our elderly or calling people after tax season and say, hey, you missed a tax payment, you need to send the rest of your payment in, or we're going to prosecute you for this or that.
Yeah.
And there's, like I said, there's probably hundreds of other scams out there, but the main thing is people soliciting money. Main thing is just calling if you have any doubt whatsoever. If you're dealing with a company you've never dealt with before, or somebody saying you owe this or we're going to arrest you, no, our office, no law enforcement agency is going to call anybody on the phone and say, hey, if you don't send us this payment, and we're coming to arrest you. That's not going to happen. If you have any doubt, call your local agency. And obviously, if you have elderly parents, that's certainly something I was always concerned about with my mother when she was alive, and we'd always check to say, hey, she had no social media footprint, so she didn't use any of that, so there really wasn't a risk there, no emails or anything. But a lot of email scams, a lot of different things going on, and we really want people to be aware of that because the elderly are the ones that are targeted the most.
Natalie, you had mentioned when we were discussing this beforehand that the Extension Office actually has, kind of to tie right into it, a class on scams coming up here in the next couple of weeks, right?
So the Extension Homemakers Association puts on a couple of different programs throughout the year, and this is one that they're going to have. Aaron Witten is going to be coming to the Extension Office on May 9th at 2 o'clock, and we'll be talking for about 45 minutes or so about fraud and scams. Current fraud and scams. So please come out to that, if you're interested, and we,
Do they need to call ahead for that?
You can't. I don't think I have a registration set up. You can call the Extension Office and let us know that you're coming, just so we can have a head count, kind of how many to be prepared for. But no, you can just show up.
And Sam too, and that's something that's I want to certainly encourage people to attend that and go to that, because there's a lot of. Aaron's probably going to introduce a lot of information that I'm not going to be able to provide, but just so you know, we've had elderly people in our community in this county that have literally had hundreds of thousands of dollars that have been taken out of their life savings because of scams, and credit cards, the same thing. And sometimes it's almost impossible to get that money back, to be able to get that money back because of the methods that they use, the phones. They use track phones. They're sitting in some hotel. I can call you, and there's software out there that I can program my phone to show up caller ID as the Kentucky State Police, and I can be calling from my home phone.
Right.
And I can talk to you in a male voice, and if I have the app on my phone, it will come through to you as a female voice. And you can change voices, you can change caller IDs, and you could be in India or Mumbai or...
It looks very legitimate.
Yeah,
because I've even had a family member who is not elderly, who should know better, and was headed to Walmart to buy gift cards to send to this scammer because they sounded so legitimate, and this is somebody who I would have never guessed. We all were really shocked about it, and I mean, she was embarrassed.
Yeah, I 100% understand.
Yeah, once you get through and you figure out, and luckily she stopped it before anything happened. But I mean, Some of them are legit. They're not legitimate, but they sound legitimate.
They've had a lot of time to work on it, and that's the thing too. That's a very common one. Is they'll have the victim go to Walmart or go to a department store or go to somewhere else and buy money cards, gift cards, and then they'll send them the gift cards. Again, if anyone asks you to do that, to go somewhere else to get payment for something, hang up the phone.
And to pay in gift cards.
Yes.
Absolutely. Nothing in any situation would that be, but that's great. That class, you said Monday, May the 9th at 2 o'clock. And what's the extension office's phone number again one more time?
259-3492.
And plus, the best part about that is you get the opportunity to maybe go and see that new building. I still have yet to go in yet.
Yeah, come see us.
I definitely need to make the trip. Have you been in, Sheriff?
Not yet.
Not yet. I've seen the outside. I drive past it every time I drive to the high school.
Keep wanting to bring my soil. I got to bring some soil in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know. And then while we're on the topic as well, Plant Fair coming up, not this Saturday, but Derby Saturday, the day before Mother's Day. Perfect gift to get mom.
Hey, whoa. That was kind of a sexist comment. Perfect gift to get mom. Why can't guys get it?
Well, because on Father's Day, if they could keep a plant alive from Mother's Day till Father's Day.
That's actually a very good point.
That is not me.
Well, no. I am I
You do not have a green thumb?
No, and I love to plant. I love to do. As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to build Lauren some garden boxes and with dirt and stuff, and I'm excited to do it, but I'm not real confident in my skills of actually growing anything.
Well, luckily, if you need help with that, I'm sure you can contact the Grayson County Extension Office.
And talk to Whitney, not Natalie.
Whitney
Even Kendra, not Natalie.
Because there's some master gardeners I know at the...
I'm awful.
Some more stories to bring you really quick here as we wrap up this segment. A Breckinridge County man has been killed after he collided with a semi-truck. KSP troopers responded to the crash on Highway 60 near Irvington Tuesday morning at 4:50. Police said the preliminary investigation showed a 2004 Ford being driven by 50-year-old Kevin Tanner of Garfield was traveling east on Highway 60 when, for unknown reasons, he traveled off the right side of the roadway before overcorrecting and traveling back onto the road and into the path of a westbound semi-truck. He was pronounced deceased at the scene by the Breckinridge County Coroner's Office. An Eastern Kentucky man has been jailed after mistaking a residence for a bar. The Whitley County Sheriff's Office said deputies responded to a home on Boulevard of Champions near Williamsburg Saturday morning at approximately 4 on the report of an intruder. The resident informed the authorities that a man, later identified as 33-year-old Daniel Smith of Lilly, was in his kitchen. Upon police arriving at the scene, Smith told authorities he saw an open sign on the rear patio and thought the residence was a bar.
He's just trying to have a good time.
Police said the home has a homemade bar on a patio with a decorative open sign. Smith entered the home through a gate and then went through several doors inside the home to the kitchen. He was arrested and charged with third-degree burglary and lodged in the Whitley County Detention
I think
Center.
that might be a defense. I mean, that could be his defense. I mean, open bar, open sign.
Was he mixing a drink in the kitchen? I mean...
You would know more than I would, Sheriff. You would know more than I would. So you think he has a defense, potentially?
Yes, absolutely.
And then I wanted to close the segment with this story. Sheriff Chaffins, I think you would be the one who would know the answer to this. Do you know what a fictosexual is?
I'm afraid to guess.
Well,
and I'm kind of offended that you would ask me why I would know what that is, not even knowing what it is. But go ahead, Sam. We'll see where this goes. Just remember, I know your tag number.
I'd like to introduce you to Akihoko Kondo. He's 38. He was dating Hatsune Miku. Okay? There's Hatsune Miku.
Okay.
He is a fictosexual, or someone who is attracted to fictional characters. He spent 2 million yen, or about $17,300 US, on getting married to the fictional character. His family did not attend the wedding. Now married to her for 4 years, he said his relationship has hit a roadblock. He can no longer speak with her due to a technological hurdle, according to a Japanese newspaper. While he acknowledges that his relationship might be odd, he understands that she isn't a real person, it doesn't change his feelings for her.
I
have no words.
I don't really know either. I'm
what?
Fictosexual. Is that
correct.
the word?
Correct.
Fiction. Okay.
Correct. That is exactly what the words are.
Be careful Googling that, y'all.
Yeah, be careful. You never know what might come up. We're going to just use this to take us to break because it works and it's playing, and I wasn't meaning for it to be playing, but we're just going to have that take us to break. And those 10 songs are coming up next here on In the Know.
It hit me like a train. First time it called me dad.
If you've ever considered a Christian education for your child, St. Paul Catholic School is a growing, vibrant school in a small, intimate environment, providing an excellent academic education with Christian teachings from preschool through 8th grade. Reasonable tuition, bus transportation available, and numerous extracurricular activities. Start your visit with St. Paul School by calling 270-242-7483.
St. Paul School is where we love to learn and grow.
Register now. Class sizes are limited and filling up.
Successful small business owners know that having an ally in decoding the data of your business performance is vital. A trusted source that can interpret financial reports, advise on tax code, and assess overall performance can be the difference between sleepless nights and peace of mind. The certified public accounting firm of Buckles, Travis & Hart is your ally in making sure your business is performing at an optimum level. Call or contact today to find out how Buckles, Travis & Hart can help fine-tune your business to create peak performance. 270-259-5604. GraysonCPAs.com.
If you're a woman over 40, have you had your annual mammogram? Whether you're a mother, wife, sister, mentor, or friend, you're important to so many in your life. At Owensboro Health, we want to help you live a healthy life with the ones you love. Having an annual screening mammogram is one way to take good care of yourself, because you're worth it. Schedule your screening mammogram online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Morning, noon, and bite. It's buy one, get one for $1 at McDonald's. Choose from a sausage McMuffin, sausage biscuit, sausage McGriddles, and hash browns. For lunch, enjoy a McDouble, McChicken, 6-piece chicken McNuggets, and more. Buy one, get one for $1. You can get two of the same item or mix and match them. Prices and participation may vary. Valid for product of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ford's first all-electric pickup truck is now rolling off the assembly line. The new plug-in truck called the Lightning is a battery-powered version of the F-150 pickup, America's best-selling vehicle for years. The Lightning's debut is a big deal in the auto industry's transition to battery power because it's the first time a traditional car company has offered a fully electric version of a flagship vehicle that sells in big volumes. Wall Street Journal says Ford hurried the Lightning into production to capitalize on the growing EV craze. YouTube is expanding its Super Thanks feature to all eligible creators. Feature allows viewers who want to show extra appreciation for a video pay creators with one of 4 preset amounts ranging between $2 and $50. Viewers can now also customize their Super Thanks comment. Reddit plans to spend $1 million funding various creator projects across the platform. Recently, the discussion site funded projects that paid for a BTS art project, asked for money to give away Costco memberships, and aid for equestrian welfare in Ukraine. Tech Report, Larry Olson, NBC.
I said, Lord, take me downtown. I'm just looking for some touch.
Today is Administrative Professionals Day. Shout out. Can't live without them.
Wasn't that last week?
That's today.
The last
the
month?
27th. That might have been Secretary's Day.
What's the difference?
You're asking the wrong person. I'm just giving you the facts.
I wish you hadn't said that, because now I'm going to go back to the office and the girls are going to be like, you got to do something for us. Oh, my gosh.
Buy them lunch.
Balloons
well, here,
and
what you can
chocolate.
do is you can buy them prime rib, because today is prime rib day.
There you go.
Or you can tell them a story when you get back, because today is Tell a Story Day.
Yeah,
Always
I'll tell a story.
appreciated.
That'll be my gift to
Always
them.
appreciated.
Babe Ruth Day is today. As this date, 1947, the Bambino returned to the house that Ruth built to be honored after a legendary baseball career. It is Morse Code Day. It is Freedom Day in South Africa. Marine Mammal Rescue Day. Shout out, I guess. Denim Day. And, it could not be more perfect that you are with us today, Sheriff, than it is Little Pampered Dog Day.
Oh, my gosh.
How's your dog doing?
She's fine. We just found out today that the average lifespan, as my wife told me, of a toy Yorkie or miniature toy Yorkie, whatever the heck she is like 5 to 7 years. So I only got to put up with it for like 4 or 5 more years. That's probably going to get me in trouble. I shouldn't have said that. I take that back.
Natalie, did you know Norman and this dog are just the best of friends?
I did not know.
The dog hates me.
Best friends with Grayson, correct?
Yeah, she loves Grayson. He's his protector.
Not a fan of you.
Uh-huh. And what, she weighs all of what, 3 pounds?
4.
4,
She's
okay.
put on some weight.
Okay. What's her name again?
Lacey.
Lacey.
Yes.
Lacey.
I can see the love in your
Lacey
eyes.
Lace is what she's called when we come in there.
Oh.
It's just Lace.
And then
And never mind. And it just drives me crazy when I pick her up at the groomer and, oh, Dad's here to pick her up. I'm not her stinking father, okay? She has no brothers or sisters who are humans, no parents that are human.
Grayson is her older brother.
I'm her owner. I'm her master, okay?
I think it's more of the other way. She's your master. She kind of controls you.
She controls a lot in the household, absolutely.
Okay, Natalie, you are ready. Are you ready for the top 10 best songs for babies to fall asleep to based on data from Spotify playlists?
And I'm going to buy a speaker after this.
Okay. Number 10, Puff the Magic Dragon.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll try it.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
will try anything.
Number 9, Charlie Francis's interpretation of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I don't know who Charlie Francis is.
I don't either. I'm going to need a sample.
Ming Mei Shui, he's a talented pianist, and his version of The Itsy Bitsy Spider is on there for number 8. Okay. Number 7, Hush Little Baby by Beth McLaughlin.
All right.
Number 6, A Whole New World from Aladdin.
All right.
This one is actually, though, not the Aladdin version, but it's by the Purple Tulips. Apparently, I guess it's more sleep-friendly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Rita May's version of Can't You Feel the Love Tonight. And also, you can use the Elton John version, is what this list says. Okay. Rita May says Colors of the Wind.
What number is that?
This is number 4.
Oh, okay.
Colors of the Wind.
I know what number 1 is.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Number 3 is Clean White Noise. It's just plain white noise.
White noise. Yep.
I've never been able to find that to be relaxing.
Love it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we use a fan. That's my white noise.
See, I have a TV on and I sleep with a fan on, so I guess that
Who
does
sings
classify. White Noise Baby Sleep sings it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Again, number 2. And what's number 1, Sheriff?
Enter Sandman by Metallica.
It was honorable mention. Honorable mention. Number 1 is actually some Slipknot. No, Brahms' Lullaby by Beth McLaughlin.
Oh, yeah. I was close.
Right. So close.
Natalie, if you'd like, I could hand you this list.
I mean,
and you can
I need
take it home.
downloaded.
Apparently, I would presume that somebody has created this Spotify playlist for you to do.
Slept until I think I slept all night. I'm not entirely sure. I think it happened though because I woke up and I was the only one in my bed. I think Dustin went to the couch and Easton was also on the couch when I woke up.
So I would still recommend Metallica.
I will.
I'm sure you're at the point where you'll try anything.
Here
try
for
anything. Now I have this next story, which kind of ties right in because Natalie, you still have Harper. Harper is six, right? 6. So I guess she's still classified as a toddler, right? Or is she kind of past that age?
Oh, she's kind of a kid now.
She's kind of a kid?
Yeah, I want her to be a toddler, but...
This still works because Easton will be there soon enough. Mm-hmm. And Sheriff, I'm sure you deal with criminals sometimes that act like toddlers. Mm-hmm. So this is a list of how to handle your feelings when your toddler tells you to go away.
Please.
Tase them?
You ever close the door and say, see ya?
Says here, according to hand-in-hand parenting, if your toddler could express his or her feelings, they would probably mention how your presence intensifies the mixed emotions, while all they want is to bottle them up and not feel them. That's what this says according to hand-in-hand parenting. So what to do when your toddler tells you to go away. Number 1, remain calm and stay with them. Pure Wow explains that when a child asks you to leave, they are fact terrified. First, they are frightened of themselves for having these feelings, and second, they are terrified that they will scare you. Since this is overwhelming for a 2 to 4-year-old, you mustn't leave your toddler alone during this challenging period. You could ask your toddler if they are okay if you move closer. If they have no objection to this, you could sit with them during this state of dysregulation. Are you buying or selling?
Oh, Oh my gosh! You got to be kidding me. I'm going to ask my 2-year-old if it's okay if I come closer after they're acting out.
So
That's
some of
not
it, yes,
happening.
some of it, no. I do stay with her and tell her that it's okay and that, and listen, my husband rolls his eyes the whole time. He is like, but what I learned, though, when she was that age, is that she doesn't know what any of it means. Like, whenever she was in trouble and tells me to go away because she doesn't want anything to do with me, I'd say, well, you need to go say you're sorry and apologize. And she finally, one night, she was hiding in her closet, and she goes, I don't know what that means, Mom. And I thought, well, you probably don't know what it means if you've never had to do it before. What Dustin the whole time is like, oh, my God. So, yeah, stay with them.
But then it's interesting because the second point is probably more in the Sheriff Chafin's mentality of give them some space. Sometimes just leaving them there can help make your toddler feel better. According to parents, when you give your little one some space, he will see that you are acknowledging his feelings. This can help calm the brewing storm inside. Once they're feeling better, you can address the phase. Take Mary, for instance. This mom of 2 explains to Janet Lansbury, who apparently is an expert, how her 2.5-year-old developed a papa phase after giving birth to her second child and wanting nothing to do with her. At first, she gave her toddler some space because she did not want to make her angry or distraught, but one afternoon she decided to talk to her daughter calmly. She told her toddler that even though she said mean things to her, that she still loved her.
Yep.
Now, did you have any of that when Easton was born with Harper?
Not really. Harper was old enough, I think, that she was excited. Because she was 5.5 whenever Easton was born. But that is one thing. Now that Harper is a little bit older, I do that with her. We'll go in. She can be mad at me, and I tell her, it's okay. You can be mad at me. That's fine. I still love you. I'll be here whenever you're done.
So, Sheriff, is this more into your parenting strategy?
No.
No?
No, I can't go there.
No?
Yeah,
So,
it is what it is. Actually, I've got 4 children, so there's parenting strategy is different for each child. I mean, with my oldest son, Caleb, I'm not gonna lie, I had to wear that hind end out every once in a while. With Grayson, aka Precious, he's gonna kill me.
Luckily, there's a small chance he's actually gonna go back and listen to this.
Yeah, so that's very true. But anyway, I deal with him differently. I don't have to go hands on with him because he can be dealt with in a different way. Disappointment
with words, and see, that's how Harper is. I mean, like Harper, you literally talk cross to her at all, and she just melts into a puddle of sadness, or anger. But you don't have to, So, but Easton, now listen, he is. I feel like.
Because how old is Easton now?
He just turned 1.
Okay, I was going to say, I knew you had to be pretty close to that point.
He's completely different from Harper already. I mean, like, we're constantly pulling things out of his mouth. He climbs on everything. I had to move blocks away from the windows because he was going to break my windows, beating the blocks on the window. I'm just like...
Take his cell phone away from him. That'd be the good punishment.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, make him delete his Facebook. One thing you might be able to take away from him is Heinz has introduced their new Dip and Crunch. Heinz Dip and Crunch is available in 2 tangy varieties, secret sauce and spicy, and combines a mayo-based sauce with crisp potato crunchers inside a 2-in-1 package, providing both flavor and texture with every bite. This to me seems like, I guess it is, those little, I don't even know what you describe them, that you dip in the cheese, that you kind of pull off, that's like almost in a cheese
queso?
Stick. No, it's the little like breadsticks, the little, what I'm talking about. It's like Dunkaroos kind of thing.
The heck are Dunkaroos?
Like the sticks, like the pretzel
the little
sticks?
pretzel sticks. Yeah, but they're more not quite pretzel.
They're like
that sounds
breadsticks.
really good.
That crunchy.
Yeah.
So it looks like this is kind of like this.
I'm gonna need them. You said one of them's flavor was secret sauce.
Secret sauce. It's a burger sauce made with tomato puree, molasses, sun-dried tomatoes, garlic powder, tamarind concentrate, onion powder, and spices. Are you in or out? You're our food expert.
I'm in, but I have a problem. Like, I need the name of the food to describe what's in it. Like, don't be sending me no secret sauce.
It's a secret sauce.
Inspected me to
So I guess
eat it.
Now that I'm looking more about this, it seems like you put the potato crunchers in the sauce and then you dip your burger in it, and then when you take a bite out of your burger, it adds a little extra crunch.
It just seems like a lot of work.
Sounds good though.
It does.
It does. $2.49. You can purchase it at local stores. Also, one that I've never heard of called the Giant Company. Never heard of that.
No.
Must be a big company.
Gigantic.
I just wanted to let you stew on that for a second. And then speaking of huge, a model with the world's biggest cheeks, latest filler, has left fans stunned. And really, I just need to leave you with a picture.
Oh.
Yeah.
Biggest cheeks or lips?
Yep. I don't know which one. She used to have a slender face and curly hair in her 20s before she spent an initial 1,500 euros on fillers.
It looks painful.
And due to countless filler injections, she's been left with extremely protruding cheeks. I mean, if we can go full screen on this, because
So that's without the fillers, or that's with the fillers?
That's with the fillers.
Okay.
See, I think even full screen, it makes it look a little worse.
She looks like the same one that the Osaku was married to. Is that his name?
I don't.
I'll give you $100 if you can tell me what that guy's name is. And you just said it.
Misako.
Okay, I take it back.
I don't even know. I'm with you.
I don't remember what his name is.
Okay.
No, not. But she's 33 years old and she's a model in the Ukraine. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell her. And then very quickly, I'm going to hit these last two headlines because we are running a little short on time. An Illinois man found a 60-year-old McDonald's meal in a bathroom wall during a remodel. We've mentioned this as last week we had a letter that was found that we mentioned, I think that was 40 years old, but his photo shows 3 very dated McDonald's wrappers and even a half-empty container of fries. He told Newsweek that he found the forbidden fries, and as one Reddit user described them when he was renovating his bathroom and kitchen. While removing a fixture in the bathroom, I noticed a piece of cloth stuck behind plaster and pulled it out to show my wife. It was balled up, and we could tell there was something else inside. When we unwrapped it and found the old McDonald's bag and fries, we were very surprised and grateful that it was all we found hidden. I wish I had the picture of it. I guess it might have not come through for you all watching with us, but it's really cool. It's this old McDonald's logo and the old fries. I mean, and the worst part about
fries, I was going to say, did the fries even have any mold on them or anything?
They did not look what I would imagine 60-year-old fries to look like. I don't know what I would imagine 60-year-old fries to look like, but they almost looked appetizing. Almost. They were just kind of holy. I guess if I had the picture, you would be able to see what I was describing on that. And then to leave you just with just the headline. And Sheriff, this could be up your alley of probably something, maybe not exactly that you've had to deal with, but at the same time, potentially. Ohio woman stabs man in the butt cheek while he was using the urinal.
Well.
Oh, the urinal. Okay, I was thinking, for some reason I was thinking he was sitting down. I was like,
in fact,
come up from the bottom? How'd that work?
Stabbed him twice to his right side. Police said the victim didn't know him.
Must have had a big bottom.
I don't know. It's not the way I want to spend my day, though.
No.
Gonna take a break. So. Come back in Kanto. If you're a fan, they're having a tour that is going live. We'll tell you where you might be able to see them. Coming up next on In the Know.
Why? Just think about it. Why is the #1 selling brand of chainsaws not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot? We can give you over 10,000 reasons. That's how many authorized local steel dealers you can find across the country. Visit one and you'll find a range of dependable gas and battery-powered tools, from trimmers to blowers. And you'll find service from experienced professionals. Real Steel. Find yours at steelusa.com. Lowe's and Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies.
Just 3 words tell you everything you need to know. They tell you why we employ more than 2,000 workers at our factory in Virginia Beach, and why over 10,000 local steel dealers are putting battery power in the hands of Americans. Just 3 words. Made in America. Real Steel. Find yours at steelusa.com. The majority of steel products sold in America are made in America of U.S. and foreign materials. Batteries and chargers are sourced internationally.
All Kentucky driver licensing is moving from circuit clerk offices in every county
to regional offices. And the new regional offices offer more licensing choices than ever before. Get a driver's license valid for 4 years.
or 8 years.
Get a real ID or a standard license. Renew online or in person.
You can even visit any regional office you'd like. It's next level licensing.
Learn more at drive.ky.gov.
While we may disagree a lot, we do agree Rural King's our favorite place for spring planting.
Yeah, but we've got to focus. Roses, a couple flats of impatiens, and a spade.
A shovel? I'm thinking tiller.
We do not need a tiller.
Wait, a mower. Those new zero turns are sweet.
Focus. Roses, mulch, shovel, impatiens.
Jeez, talk about impatient.
Can I help you?
Yeah, chainsaws.
Let's go.
I'm almost done mowing this section.
Ridiculous.
The Department for Aging and Independent Living within the Kentucky Cabinet for Health and Family Services wants to promote the Aging Disability Resource Center, a statewide toll-free phone line that provides older adults, individuals with physical disabilities, caregivers, and professionals with information and assistance to promote independent living. Call to learn about home-delivered meals, in-home services, respite care, caregiver support, and Medicaid waiver programs to help, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Call 877-925-0037. Kentucky, we will get through this together. Paid for by the Department of Aging and Independent Living, the KBA, and the state.
On the basketball court, you have to know where the lines are. It's just as important to know where the lines are in your own yard. Kentucky law generally requires you to have underground utility lines located before most excavation work, even if it's on your own property. If you don't call 811 and you damage a natural gas line, the Kentucky Public Service Commission will investigate you, and you may be fined up to $1,250. Much better to stay within the bounds of the law and call before you dig to start putting in that backboard or goalpost. For more information, visit psc.ky.gov. This message brought to you by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
Here's a simple truth about higher education. If pursuing your purpose, doing what you really care about matters.
If having a rewarding career matters.
If a better financial future for you and your family matters.
Then higher education matters. From 6-week certificates to 2- or 4-year degrees. There's an option for you. A brighter future is within your reach. Find out how at kyhigheredmatters.org. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
K105 Weather is brought to you by Future Designs Building Materials on Larry Road in Litchfield.
Another beautiful day on tap for the area. A little chilly this morning, a little bit of frost out there, but plenty of sunshine, a little warmer as well, with the high getting closer to 70 degrees tonight. Not as cold because we'll have some clouds rolling into the area, and those clouds will linger at times. Into Thursday, maybe a few sprinkles or light showers later on Thursday into early on Friday. The Wave Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Brian Good.
But now I might be mistaken.
Did you know, according to studies, men change their minds 2 to 3 times more often than women?
That's a lie.
No, it's not.
That is a lie.
Now.
I don't know who gave that information.
I think they just don't
I
admit
bet you a woman
it.
produced that article.
They just don't admit it.
Now, does this also count to potentially spouses hiding things from the other person? Like moving their things that they thought were put in separate places, right?
Yeah, that's...
Listen.
I lost my glasses, my prescription glasses. I think Lauren threw them away.
Oh, my God. Dustin calls me on a daily basis wanting to know where his checkbook is.
Natalie, quit moving stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, you all need to quit moving our stuff. We've been through this, Sam.
I know. I was more just, I didn't know. It's been probably about a
Dustin
year.
would be right there with you all. I finally got to where I just, like, if I clean the house, I don't even touch his stuff.
Good.
I don't even touch it.
Thank you.
But
Can you call my wife?
No, but he moves it, and then I get blamed for it. He couldn't find his Crocs the other night. And I said, well, guess what, son? I don't wear your Crocs because I don't wear Crocs, period.
Sure, you probably moved them.
No, they were in his hunting room. Who doesn't go in his hunting room?
Oh,
me.
Let me tell you, the other day, I had gotten some beef jerky, okay? Love beef jerky.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't?
Yeah, so, and on the way, so I've been trying to lose weight, so every once in a while I'll eat beef jerky just to kind of tide me
It's
over
healthy,
to the
right,
next meal.
Natalie?
Yeah. So, I set my thing of beef jerky on the counter, okay, and the next day I go to work, I do my normal morning routine, and it's getting lunchtime. I was like, well, I don't want to eat a big lunch. I'm going to go home and eat the beef jerky. I cannot wait to get the beef jerky. I go home, I'm like, where's the beef jerky? It was sitting on the counter. I left it there this morning. Well, Lauren comes up the stairs, and I said, hey, Lauren, did you put my beef jerky in the fridge? And then she got that look, and then I was like, you threw my beef jerky away. Well, I saw it on the counter. I didn't. I said, now, if it had been her beef jerky, do you think that beef jerky would be in the garbage? No.
But do you think it would be on the counter? It'd probably be in the cabinet where it's supposed to be.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
I was hoping that the end result of this story was that Lacey instead got your beef jerky.
No, I'm not going to tell you what I would do. But, Lacey can't jump that high.
Well,
even with her bionic legs.
Somebody very well could deliver said beef jerky to Lacey.
Yeah. Yes.
Maybe that's actually where it went, and she just told you she threw it away.
She threw it away. She won't feed the dog. She can't even eat a piece of beef jerky. Too small.
And I guess because we're talking about beef jerky, it kind of wraps in a little bit. Maybe not making beef jerky, but Natalie, you're teaching wild game classes, right? Or
I'm not teaching wild game classes, but
something about wild game.
So I have a wild game recipe club.
Okay.
Where all you have to do is register with your name and your address, and if you have an email address, that's great. If not, you don't have to have one. And I will send you 2 to 3 wild game recipe cards from now until December.
Okay.
Each month. They'll just come to your mailbox completely free. I have hundreds of them, but we've got venison recipes. We've got squirrel.
Rabbit.
We've got rabbit. We've got turtle. There's a beaver recipe. I didn't know that was a thing, but we do have one of those.
What does a beaver taste like?
I do not know. I do not.
Sheriff, I feel like you've had a beaver before.
Anything about that?
I've never had it.
Turtles, frog legs, fish, all kinds of different ways to cook fish. So, anyways, I've got all these recipes. I don't know what to do with it. Turkey. I keep thinking of, any wild game.
I've had turkey. I know that
is native to Kentucky that has a hunting season, because the nutrition education program has partnered with Kentucky Fish and Wildlife to kind of develop these. So,
if they're interested, do they call you all?
If they're interested, you can call us and we will register you online. You can go to graysonext.org, click on FCS programs, and it will take you right to the registration link.
Now, do you have any recipes to make beef jerky? Because I think I know somebody that might.
Off the record, yes.
Ooh.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. Seriously, my brother makes the best homemade beef jerky.
Really?
Ever. Oh, yeah. I'll bring some and give it to you. You will absolutely love it. He makes it out of London broil.
Does he dehydrate it like in a dehydrator, or does he do it in the oven?
He does it. He dehydrates it.
He dehydrates it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And it's amazing. He's got different flavors like Bloody Mary mix, garlic, pepper.
Because we made jerky there for a while, in the winter whenever we have, have a whole lot to do, we'll do it. But
I've never actually
Dustin's doesn't sound like it's that good, so I'm going to need to test it
awesome.
out.
I can assure you that it'll be the best beef jerky you've ever tasted.
Best beef jerky, okay. Well, that's
right.
a strong opinion. Yeah, we're ready to try it. A couple of quick celebrity news to bring you. Have either one of you seen The Batman yet? No. Well, apparently there's a sequel coming out. Robert Pattinson will return as the Batman. If you have HBO Max, it's on there. I know it's on my list. Maybe this weekend I'll get to it and watch the Batman. Encanto sing-along concert tour is coming. As Disney Concerts and Live Nation announced Encanto, the sing-along film concert tour, a 32-stop expedition across the United States. The one-of-a-kind event promises simultaneous film and concert experience with a live on-stage band accompanying Disney's hit animated film. The 2 places that they're coming that are relatively close: Franklin, Tennessee on August the 9th, and in Cincinnati on August the 26th. So those are the 2 places if you want. I know, Natalie, you mentioned that Encanto has been played many times in the Tall household.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we don't have enough time to really dive deep into this, and I wish we had a little bit more, because I'm sure, Sheriff, you have a strong opinion about the Will Smith, Chris Rock flap, right?
I still think it was staged.
I'm agreeing with you.
I would not be surprised.
I'm agreeing with you, but Will Smith says he still hasn't personally apologized to Chris Rock. Joe Exotic, he's engaged again.
Really? Mm-hmm. Is he still in jail? I thought about him the other day.
And he
Joe
fell in love with a former guy that he was in the quote-unquote pokey with, named John Graham. He's apparently the polar opposite of his ex-husband. He's an old soul who actually practices witchcraft.
Fantastic.
Just leave it there, right? Nothing more else to say. Ed Sheeran will perform at Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee celebration. A damaged Hannes Wagner card sells for $1.5 million at an auction. And then today, and I just got to leave this headline because I really don't know how to work it, but I'm just going to have to say it and just leave it like this. Megan Fox, both know who she is, confirms she and Machine Gun Kelly drink each other's blood for ritual purposes.
I'm out. I can't.
Apparently, it was just a few drops.
I'm out.
I'm out. Yeah, I don't know. That's a little weird. It's a little weird. Come back and wrap the show up after this. This is In the Know.
My heart sank when fire had engulfed the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. Much of the 12th century building was made of stone, which ultimately saved it. But a lot of it, including its iconic 300-foot-tall spire, burned to the ground. The flames were barely out before social media lit up with dismissive comments like, "Who cares about some old building?" The answer to that question is, we all should care. We need monuments, classic art, and yes, even old buildings. They connect us to our past and help us better understand ourselves as human beings. Why? Because we are our history, for good or for bad. Our dark moments reveal as much about us as our victories do, and sometimes even more. Places like Auschwitz remind us of our potential for evil. Places like Arlington National Cemetery remind us of our potential for honor, courage, and our willingness to fight for what's good and right. Historic things also teach us that we are a small part of something far bigger than ourselves. When you're in a place like Notre Dame, a building that has stood for 9 centuries, you get a clear sense that the world doesn't revolve around you. Historic monuments, art, and old buildings call us to rise above our mistakes and to center ourselves in transcendent values like beauty, love, and faith. Who needs a place like Notre Dame? We all do. For Focus on the Family, I'm Jim Daly.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
The credit card debt happened when my daughter was born. I was using one credit card account to roll over into another credit card account, and it was snowballing.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
When I first called Trinity, the representative understood the need based on the situation. They were great people to work with. From the first phone call that I made, they had me on a track to mitigate the credit card debt.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
Working with Trinity gave me the ability to save thousands of dollars. My name's Doug, and thanks to Trinity, I'm debt-free for keeps.
Call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
If you've ever considered a Christian education for your child, St. Paul Catholic School is a growing, vibrant school in a small, intimate environment, providing an excellent academic education with Christian teachings from preschool through 8th grade, reasonable tuition, bus transportation available, and numerous extracurricular activities. Start your visit with St. Paul School by calling 270-242-7483.
At St. Paul School is where we love to learn and grow.
Register now. Class sizes are limited and filling up.
All Kentucky driver licensing is moving from circuit clerk offices in every county
to regional offices. And the new regional offices offer more licensing choices than ever before. Get a driver's license valid for 4 years.
or 8 years. Get a real ID
or a standard license. Renew online or in person.
You can even visit any regional office you'd like. It's next level licensing. Learn more at drive.ky.gov.
My point to ponder for today, and I mean, this is a loaded question. We don't have a lot of time. I wish we had more time to dive into it, but why do people feel the need to just be so rude for no reason, especially on social media? Sheriff Chaffins, feel like you're the man to answer this question, right?
Well, I still working on the answer
You are?
because that's one of my pet peeves too. It's just,
I just like
people just find a reason to cause drama.
And even in like our comment section, sometimes, I mean, here's a little bit behind the scenes. Sometimes not all the comments get posted because if you swear or something like that, Facebook blocks it for us so that nobody sees it. But in sometimes I see that and it's like, why are you being so mean? Like sometimes we'll post a story and it'll be like, you know,
I always
Little
wonder.
Billy wins an award, and then somebody will comment, well, actually, Little Billy didn't deserve that award. It's like, well, just let Little Billy be happy.
And I often wonder, would people would you really say that out loud to somebody?
No,
you know,
absolutely
like you say that you would when you type it. Of course I would. No, I don't think you would.
And this ties in because I found a new study, in fact, that just doesn't. I mean, another one of these today in studies that we didn't need to have a study on. Rudeness can damage the productivity and intelligence of its targets. Well, yeah, because when you be a jerk, it doesn't make people feel good. Mm-hmm. So stop being mean. Stop it. There we go. That's my rant for the day.
So.
Yes, exactly. And I get to have the band hammer sometimes on Facebook. So be nice. Be nice. On TV tonight, Survivor on CBS. Either one of you watch that?
I used to.
You used to?
Yeah, I watched it when it,
I know Mark and Christy watched.
Very first came out.
You knew that I auditioned for that once, did you?
Did you really?
Yeah, I made it. I went to Chicago, and I made it from about 25,000 to 800 people. I sent my video, and they selected me, and I got in. I didn't make it past that. I was
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a good experience.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, no, I did not know that.
That was back in 2002, I think.
Okay. 20 years
when
ago.
I was a little bit fitter than I am now.
On TV tonight, The Masked Singer on Fox. The 4 remaining singers from round 3 compete. I'm out on this. I've never seen that. And then on HBO, The Survivor. I don't know. I've never seen that either. Today's highlight in history. On this date in 1900, cartoonist Walter Lantz was born, and he is the man who created Woody Woodpecker.
Well, there you go.
There you go. I mean, he's a good cartoon character, right?
Yeah, I watched a lot of Woody when I was.
Oh yeah. I've seen a little bit in Rocky and Bullwinkle, kind of in that same realm too. In 1880, Francis Clark and M.G. Foster patented the electrical hearing aid. On this date, 1956, Rocky Marciano, as he retired from boxing on this date. On this date, 1965, Edward Murrow, a newscaster, died at the age of 57. In 1994, Virginia executed Timothy Spencer. It was the first case in which DNA testing was used to obtain a conviction. Sheriff, I wish we had more time to dive into how much DNA has helped the law enforcement community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Unbelievable. On this date in 2006, construction began at the site of the World Trade Center. And on this date, 4 years ago today, Avengers Infinity Ward debuted in theaters. Birthdays for today. Turning 78, Cuba Gooding Sr. Turning 72, Paul Daniel Ace Frehley from Kiss. He turns 72 today. George Gervin, also known as the Iceman. In basketball, he turns 70. Sheena Easton turns 63. Lizzo turns 34. And Corey Seager, the baseball player, turns 28. But we got a good list of gone but not forgottens for today. Born in this date in 1791, Samuel Morse, the inventor of the telegraph and Morse code. Ulysses S. Grant, born in this date in 1822. Rogers Hornsby, baseball player, born in this date in 1896. Coretta Scott King, the wife of Dr. Martin Luther King, was born in this date in 1927. Robert Donner, actor from Mork and Mindy, Cool Hand Luke, was born in this date in 1931. And Casey Kasem was born in this state in 1932.
He's still alive?
No, he died in 2014.
That's what I thought.
Scooby-Doo. And he also hosted American Top 40. We're running a little short on chart toppers. So, Natalie, what I'll do is I'll let you choose 1957 or 1966.
66.
66. You're passing on Elvis, which hurts me a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Sorry about that.
Maybe. We'll see if we can't. But this is also a good song. Johnny Rivers is #1 with Secret Agent Man. I mean, it's a good song. Good song.
I'd rather hear Elvis. Way to go, man.
Okay, Sheriff, now I'll let you choose. 1984 or 1993?
86.
Or how about 84? Does that work too?
No. 86, Sam.
That
wasn't one of my choices?
No.
Let's do 84.
84. So you're passing on Informer by Snow.
Absolutely. There's no music like 80s music.
I do love 80s music.
I'm just saying.
And you're jumping in and hitting a little Phil Collins.
About him in concert.
Really? I've heard he's really good in concert. I mean, it's a good song, Against All Odds by Phil Collins. You passed on Informer by Snow in 93.
I do like Informer too.
And it's good. And then I'll let you all kind of decide together. 2002 or 2020?
02.
Yeah, 02. For sure.
You're passing on The Weeknd, Blinding Lights, which is a good song, I think. At least I like it. Not that my opinion matters at all. It is Pink. Pink was #1 on the stage 20 years ago today with Don't Let Me Get Me. I nailed it there. Perfect. good, right? It's a good song.
I do. I like it.
And you know
I like
what? I think we do have a little bit of a problem because, Sheriff, you mentioned I was going to make a mistake today, and I said it wasn't the question as far as if it would happen. The question was to when. Well,
it's now.
I almost made it the entire show. I forgot my pearl of wisdom.
Oh.
So, Sheriff, I'm going to leave that up to you. Do you have a pearl of wisdom to leave our audience today?
Well, I don't have a pearl of wisdom, but I do want to say I learned something very important today about Rocky Marciano.
Okay.
But he was actually, there's a guy by the last name of Half.
Okay.
He was a Jew who was trained by the Nazis to fight other Jews to the death. And when he survived the Holocaust, and when he got out, he was trained, and he actually fought Rocky Marciano.
Really?
Yeah, I learned that this morning. It's pretty important.
Interesting. So instead of a pearl of wisdom, we have an interesting factoid from Sheriff Norman Chaffins. I wish I had like a little "the more you know" sound effect or something to wrap up the show. Well, that'll wrap up our show for today. Natalie and Norman, I appreciate you both coming in, and I'm sure we'll see you at some point over these next couple of weeks. So until we see them again, the entire crew is back again tomorrow. So until then, for Natalie Tolley and for Sheriff Norman Chaffins, I'm Sam Gormley, and guess what? Now you're in the know.
Powering through the Twin Lakes with the best mix of music, news, weather, and fun. If it's in the